Hello, welcome to Lopez Power Lopez review of The Next Karate Kid. Now I've been reviewing, if you've been following the past couple weeks, the Karate Kid movies. The first Karate Kid, one of my all-time favorite movies. The second Karate Kid, I think, was a very worthy sequel. The third Karate Kid, I had mixed to negative reaction to. And the fourth Karate Kid, I don't know really what to say about it. The Next Karate Kid. I'll say this. I'd say technically this is a worse movie than the next Karate Kid. I'm thinking the Karate Kid Part 3, but I forgive it more than Karate Kid Part 3. I dislike Karate Kid 3 more than the next Karate Kid. It's got some things I like in it and some things I think are it's just one of those movies that I think out of all the movies, the Karate Kid movies, this one's kind of the most bland. Like, a lot of these characters are just plain bland. Like the villains. I mean, Karate Kid Part 3, for its problems, at least had some great memorable moments, like Terry Silver as the bad guy, and Daniel winning by using the kata. This movie is kind of bland. And I think that's due to the characters, but I'll go over some stuffs I do like. Miyagi is great in this movie. Miyagi is so great in this movie. He still gets some really great philosophy, great moments, like, why break board? What board do to you, type of thing. And when he grabs the arrow right before it pierces him in the Buddhist monastery, I think those are great Miyagi moments. And the relationship between Mr. Miyagi and Julie, I think, is definitely a very sweet relationship. It's kind of a father-daughter relationship. Although the performance by Hilary Swank, I think it's not that good with their relationship. Mr. Miyagi, I think, is really good. He just conveys so much more emotion with much more character. So I love the Miyagi moments in this movie. Miyagi is great, probably by far the best part about this movie. And just like I said, this movie is just kind of okay. It's just kind of bland. I don't really know what else to say. The thing is also the look of this movie looks like a made-for-TV movie. This one's the first Karate Kid movie not to be directed by John Avildsen. John Avildsen, it says in the Wikipedia article that he was doing something else at the time. Columbia wanted to do it, but I think it's pretty obvious that after the lackluster response of the Karate Kid Part 3, you could tell he decided to step back from Karate Kid. Also, this is the first one where Daniel, played by Ralph Macchio, is not the protagonist. I don't know what he's doing. This movie takes place in Boston, so I can either assume that he's probably back at the Miyagi garden while Miyagi deals with this stuff, or maybe he's, in college, something like that. Yeah, I mean, the movie, yeah, it doesn't, what I was saying, because it's the first that was directed without John Avildsen, it doesn't really have the cinematic look that the first 3 movies had. Like I said, it looks like a made-for-TV movie at times. And also the bad guys, they're pretty bland, like I said, and also, like, their motivation. I mean, although Colonel Dugan does have some over-the-top moments, specifically, in all the Karate Kid movies, the formula is there's the bad student and the bad teacher who harasses our hero and has to train with Miyagi. All the Karate Kid movies have that, even the remake. And in this one, it's not really a karate dojo. It's like a, what do you call it? A hall, like school security. It's like a school security team, and this guy trains him like they're like the the police or something, or like the military. He's like he wants them to beat up on wimps and weaklings, um, just because that will go for the cause, the cause. I'm like, what cause? It's school security. Why do you need to blow up somebody's car at the end? Why do you need to harass these people? You know, what purpose? How does this help you doing all these over the top stuff? It just doesn't make sense why school security would be doing the stuff they do in this movie. Like, some of they should be in jail. um, yeah, it's and also he has this line, Colonel Dugan, who's the main bad teacher. He's like, if a kid drops a candy bar, you make him pick it up and eat it. I'm like, it's just so kind of weird. This guy is like a John Creasy wannabe. You could tell out what they were thinking when they were writing this. The romance in the movie, I'd say it's actually pretty genuine. It doesn't feel put in there. I think they do have some sort of chemistry together, although the guy is still pretty bland, but their scenes are nice together. And I do see the romance having a purpose in the movie, unlike Karate Kid Part 3, where that whole thing could have been cut out. I'm just going to go over that again, but if you want to know more about that, watch my Karate Kid Part 3 video. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to really say about the movie. Oh, the martial arts. Colonel Dugan does do some good flips, but this is probably the worst martial arts I've ever seen in a Karate Kid movie. I mean, Mr. Miyagi just moves really slow in this movie. I mean, who can blame him? I mean, the guy at this time was in his like 60s. He was an old man, Pat Morita, and I mean, to be fair, the first Karate Kid movie didn't really have great martial arts either, but it was somewhat believable. Martial arts in this movie is not really that believable from our characters, except for some scenes with Colonel Dugan. Um, yeah, like Miyagi does this puppet work, and everyone just kind of fights really slow and awkward in this movie. Um, the score is pretty good. I like the score. It's done by Bill Conti. Him and Pat Morita are like the only people from the other production to come back, and I think the martial arts choreographer is also came back also. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a bland, okay movie. There are some stuff like that. Like Miyagi does throw a lot of great lines. You know, vibrate board. Oh yeah, and there's like this weird plot element with this bird. Um, it's okay. I mean, it's a cute. It's the bird's cute. The cause is cute. So at least it's an okay scene. It's kind of pointless, but at least the bird's cute. Um, that's pretty much it. It's probably the most mediocre Karate Kid movie ever made. It's probably the most blandest. Um, I think it's okay, although I do prefer this one over the Karate Kid Part 3, because at least this movie has some genuineness to it, whereas the other one was just so mean spirited. There is more great Miyagi philosophy in this movie, although the other one's probably a technically better made movie. I prefer this one because of the really contradictory, mean spirited tone of the third movie. If you want to know more, watch about that. I kind of rant about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the next Karate Kid. I guess it's kind of a skip. You're not really missing anything by not seeing this movie. If you're a fan of the Karate Kid movies, I'd say you can check it out just out of curiosity. It's not an offensive movie, but it's just kind of bland and just kind of there. You could tell the franchise is really out of steam by this point and needed to end. And of course, we got the remake. I might do the remake. I'm kind of, I actually have kind of mixed opinions about the remake. But that's all I really have to say about the next Karate Kid. So I guess we're done with the original four Karate Kid movies. So yeah, I'll give my rating of Next Karate Kid. I give it about a 2 out of 4 stars. I give it about a 6.9. I give it about a 7. No, about a 6.9 out of 10. Um, I give it a C minus. That's what I give it, a C minus. Um, in my opinion, not as bad as Karate Kid Part 3, but kind of just pointless. It's kind of a pointless movie. Although there are some sweet and genuine scenes, feels legitimately sweet and genuine. Martial arts, the story is somewhat compelling and not so mean spirited, although the martial arts sucks. Other than that, it's okay. So that's my thoughts on the next Karate Kid. See you next review. Take care. God bless. See you next time. I know I repeated